Hey yo, welcome, welcome. So, I want you to really stop for a second and think about this. What if nothing in your life actually changed, but everything still feels different? Because that's kind of where I am right now. Nothing in my world has changed. Same life, same past, same people. But the way I look at my past, the way I treat myself, the way I perceive things, that's what's changed. And I want to repeat something I said before, because I understand it differently now. Because when I look back compared to how I feel now, I see myself in a little bubble, like stuck inside my own way of seeing everything. And ever since that expanded, I started realizing something. People do this all the time, unconsciously. I mean, most people, they don't even realize they're doing it, or would even admit to doing it. We don't realize that our thoughts are being projected outwards. But people feel it anyways. And then we live in this world where we don't want to admit that we're that way, but we see everybody else that way. So we say we're wearing a mask to deal with the other people. But in reality, you're wearing a mask from yourself. I mean, every time you tell a lie, you're essentially avoiding admitting something that you don't want to admit about yourself. So when you lie, you're essentially lying to yourself. And there's nothing wrong with using your shadow like that, but you got to be aware of when you're doing it and stop and ask yourself why you felt the need to do it, and be real with yourself and admit to yourself what you need to do in order to change it to where that's not a lie anymore. So, I mean, think about this. When you meet somebody new or someone you haven't seen in a long time, you show them the best versions of yourself. I worked at a call center once, and we had a group meeting introducing the new employees, and the lady running it said something I'll never forget. She said, go around the room and say 3 things about yourself. And she's like, remember, nobody tells you anything that they don't want you to know about themselves. Basically what she was saying is the 3 things that people are going to say are the only things that they want you to know about them. And that always stuck with me. I mean, so, sorry, I got off track there. You show the best versions of yourself. You talk about what's going good, what you started, what you hope to keep going. You don't lay everything out. So that version of you that you presented, I mean, it slowly becomes a version of you try to be. And without realizing it, you start building a person on top of yourself. And the crazy part is, everybody's doing it. Not on purpose, just human. And when you step back and realize that, you also realize that you were doing it too. And you didn't even know it was a choice. I didn't anyways. But when that clicks, I mean, something shifts, because you can look at the people and think, I've been there before. And when you can say that honestly, you stop judging the same way. Now, this is where my mind started getting deeper, because I started thinking about life itself. Like, your whole body right now. used to be a single sperm. Which sounds crazy when you actually think about it. I mean, your entire being was once reduced to a sperm cell or an egg cell. Like, your entire consciousness. Sorry, I'm getting off track. But, okay, that sperm was nothing but DNA, right? At full potential. Like a cannonball. Well, not like a cannonball. A slingshot. But, I mean, you get what I'm trying to say. It was potential. Potential meeting the right environment. And then it multiplied. That first group of cells was just potential in motion. And it was you. And everything you are right now came from that. So it's like, we all come from the same thing. The same liquid passed down over and over again. Just expressing differently. And that's when I started to think about time. Because the way I experience time now, it feels faster. And, okay, this was after my last jump starter, my big download scribble on paper part. But it seemed like after that, the things that would come into my reality, it was like there was messages everywhere, right? So I'm watching this episode of Black Mirror, and there's an episode where this couple move into a place and they get a freezer, right? A fridge. And in the freezer, there's like this civilization that's just starting out. It's so tiny and microscopic in their freezer. But after only a day or two, the civilization expanded, grew, went through all the processes, and then turned into light and then vanished. And it would show scenes where the people inside the freezer were looking up at the two big giants in the sky. And they were there for eons, just staring at them. But anyways, because they were smaller, their time moves insanely fast. Like, a whole civilization forms, evolves, and ends in what feels like a day. And then it restarts. And that hit me. Because when you zoom out, we're all kind of like that too. I mean, flies only live a few days, but they experience a full life. Humans live longer. Earth lives even longer. So then I started wondering, what if time is experienced based on movement, like circulation or flow, how fast things are moving inside of you? Like a fly, like the amount of time it takes for your blood to circulate your body one time, like that would be how you experience time, is how fast that circulation would go. And because bigger systems move slower, so their time feels longer. And when you zoom out far enough, your entire life, 60 to 100 years, it's just a blip, like barely even a mark on Earth's timeline. And Earth itself could just be one life in something even bigger. So then it's like, how much are we really supposed to do here? And that's where something softened for me. When you stop fighting, just be here. When you stop fighting yourself to be happy, you start seeing things differently. Because at the end of the day, there's no one coming down from the sky to judge your life. You do that. You live, you learn, you grow. And then one day you look back and you ask yourself, did I live with compassion? Did I live with truth? Did I live with honesty? And if the answer is no in some of those places, you also realize you didn't know then what you know now. And that's where forgiveness comes in. Because when you can remember you were once that version of yourself, you become a lot more understanding of people who are still there. Not awake yet, not aware yet, just human. And when you really sit with that, something shifts. Because nothing in your world changed. You did. And once your perception expands, You can't unsee it. So instead of trying to control everything outside of you, you start working on what's inside of you. Your thoughts, your reactions, your awareness. And life starts to feel less like something you're fighting and more like something you're moving through. And maybe that's the point. Not to have it all figured out, but to understand yourself as you go. Alright, that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.